A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, I was still a nigga. What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Uptown Jackson, and I am here with my thoughts, impressions, and review of The Last Jedi, the new Star Wars movie. I've been watching a lot of other people review it and talk about it, and there's been some discrepancy between the cinema score and the online score at Rotten Tomatoes or what have you. And a lot of people are giving this movie a thumbs down. And a lot of people are loving the movie, apparently. And I kind of want to explain how, because people are like, oh, you're just hating or you're just trolls that are talking bad about the movie. And I don't necessarily think so. The movie was not without its issues and not without its merit. So I want to talk about all of that briefly. What I really want to talk about is why Star Wars and Hollywood and the galaxy just really don't like niggas, man. It's going to be a Finn-based review, but I do want to start off by saying that the movie had its good points. Some of the humor was really good. It was very Disney-fied. So if you didn't expect a Disney movie, then I don't know what the fuck you were thinking in the first place. But plenty of action, plenty of humor, transitions, decent pacing, side stories, new characters, character development. Everything on the surface that would make for a great movie, right? But then you have people who are hardcore Star Wars fans, people who are, I don't want to say political, but maybe it is because people like me are hardcore. You can't see that, but there was something flying there. I swear to God, hardcore Star Wars fans and black men, and we are in the super minority. Like if this was movie going people, this is Star Wars fans. This is like black Star Wars fans. You know what I'm saying? I'm in this little region of the demographic. So I looked at it yet another way. And I don't mean black Star Wars fans like you're black and you like Star Wars movies and the games. I'm talking about like, nigga, Star Wars tattoo like fan. Nigga, I am Star Wars tattoo. So and I look at it a little bit different, being a black man and a Star Wars fan. So yes, the movie on the surface had everything that made for a great movie. Action, quips, made fun of itself, character development, people died, the story progressed. But underneath, and not even, maybe so not underneath, there were some issues, and I can see where, people would not like the movie. I personally didn't like the movie because, once again, they just treated Finn like some sort of house rebel. And I'm just tired of it, man. In the first movie, Finn was a custodian, bumbling, lovesick puppy that only had one motivation, and that was to get himself a white girl. And I couldn't take it. I thought that, first of all, I really thought that Finn was going to be the Jedi when I first saw, like, The Force Awakens with the clips and everything. Then after I realized he wasn't going to be the Jedi, I was at least hoping that he was going to be, like, the next Han Solo. Now, Nigga, I'm just hoping that he'll stop being fucking comic relief. Um, if we look at all of the major characters, and we'll include him in a major character, from the first movie to the second movie, Poe. Poe got a promotion and became even more of a badass pilot. Like, goddamn, nigga. Poe flew his ass off in The Last Jedi. Like, flew his ass off in The Last Jedi. And had a really big part to me, and then he made a really big statements and was really intrinsical to lots of parts of the plot. You have Princess Leia, rest in peace, Carrie Fisher, who all of a sudden came out with the dopest, this bitch floating in space. Like, this bitch is like, she do one of these numbers. Open her eyes, and this bitch, and I don't know how much y'all know about space, but you are not supposed to be able to do that. Jedi or no, my God, this bitch is powerful. And survived floating in motherfucking space. You have Rey, who trained with Luke, stood up to Luke, had this whole personal, I love the thing between her and Kylo Ren. But Rey just got her fucking swing on, got to study with Luke, then was a badass gunner later in the movie. Chewbacca gets the little, what are they, porgies. He gets to eat one and get one as a pet. That's a reach, I know. But that's who the fuck popped into my head next. Even BB-8. BB-8 was a badass, tying up niggas off screen. How he did it, I don't know. Saved the day, BB-8, even in the beginning with his head. And then you have Finn, who started off by bumping his head, like literally 30 seconds in the movie, a goddamn pratfall. And it was mentioned that he was a custodian again by him. He doesn't get the girl. He gets instead a chubby, lovesick Asian girl who tases him in the beginning while he's trying to escape. Not escape, but once again, all of his motivation is so he can get himself a white girl. Which I have no problems with white girls. I love white girls. And I'm not saying that he should have a black girl, but he needs to be more than this one-dimensional character. Every time he was brave, every time he was inspirational, it was always leading back to Rey. Like, that's all he seems to fucking care about. And I hate that shit. I'm not gonna lie. As a black man, as a Star Wars fan, being both, once again, growing up as a kid, when you're playing Star Wars or Thundercats or anything, and you're a black kid, like, and I went to an all-black elementary school, like, nigga, we all couldn't be Lando Calrissian. And matter of fact, I think not many of us wanted to be Lando Calrissian. Like, I was always either Lando, Darth Vader, or Chewbacca. But why should I have to choose between one person? My daughter, why the fuck does my daughter want to be goddamn Elsa doing her hair like this? The way we're represented in Hollywood is horrible. It's horrible. And that's not even like up for debate. And Star Wars was no exception. Now, if I was a 16-year-old white boy named Chase or a 40-year-old white dude named Billy that fucking lived in his mama's basement and was on the forums and, loved Star Wars. Like, this may be a great movie. Luke becomes one with the Force. Kylo Ren kills Snoke. Like, there's a lot of very interesting and good moments. But for me, as a melanated peoples, the Finn storyline was weak. He didn't even accomplish his goal. And his one really great moment, his one great fight scene, he fucking won with a sucker punch, and goddamn, it was a fluke that he even survived. Advanced Nutrition Systems methyl pump. You'll have to explain that, my friend. So, was the movie good? From certain perspectives, from certain people, depending on what you were looking out of it, yes. Was I glad that I didn't pay and went to see it on bootleg? Yes. I am not going to go see the other one. Like, literally, they're going to have to turn Finn into somebody that kids are actually going to want to play on a playground. He is going to have to be somebody that you would want to play in a video game. And right now, nigga, if there was a Star Wars video game, like a fighting game, for instance, I wouldn't pick Finn. And you're like, oh, they're just picking on Finn. There was also the black dude that literally came on screen to die. So that's just my take. You may have a very different take. I could see where people would enjoy the movie. It had a lot of good points. But as somebody who was specifically looking for some character development and some progression in Finn, who was the only character who didn't get like a massive upgrade from the first movie to me, it was kind of disappointing. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Please share this video. I don't have Facebook anymore, so you're going to have to leave comments or get at me on Twitter. This is your nigga Uptown Jackson. This is what I do. Peace.